I'm Janet with Try It Like It Created, and today I am making ephemera to put in my stash, and I am working with buttons from Gwen Studios. And so the bag that I grabbed my buttons out of is this 1 pound of buttons, and you can see here that they're all in these beautiful spring colors, and I went in and grabbed some of the smallest ones that I could find. And I have some cord here that I'm working with. It's similar to embroidery, but it's cotton pearl, and it's a size 8, if that helps. And I've just picked out color coordinating colors. I have a paper punch. I have a glue pen, small pair of scissors. I have my cord and some needles, and then I have a die that I'm working with, and this one is a floral cluster, and you can see it cuts out the center. So that's why I was using the paper punch. So what I have is the paper punch and then the 2 flowers. They look solid right now, but they actually have a centerpiece that pops out of it. So what I'm going to do is put this one together to show you how I made them. So starting with the paper punch, and you only need this if yours has a hole in the middle like mine did, and I can show you here. I can show you it pops right out like so, and so I want it to remain in place. And then the next thing I'm going to do is glue another little flower on top of that coordinates in color. And the other thing that I do is I lay out the petals in the indents, so they're not stacked on top of each other. And then if you want, you can take your button and add a little glue to hold it in place too. I haven't found it to be all that successful in holding it there, only because I'm going to start sewing it in place in just a moment here. So the next thing I do is just hold it where I want it to be, and then I'm going to poke it with a large needle. Now, if this large needle doesn't travel through the buttonholes, I have found that working with a beading needle works just fine for going through the papers. So this one may travel, but just in case I have any issues, I'm going to use a beading needle, and this is a beading needle, and it opens up. I'll show you how it opens up here. As soon as I can get a hold of it, it separates open in the middle. There we go. All right, so I just put my cord, and it looks like I have a knot here I want to take out before it ties itself. Okay, so you just put your thread through the middle, and then it works just like any other needle would. And I go into mine from the top surface first. All right, and so I'm going to travel through an opening here, and because I pre-poked, it's a little bit easier. And I'm going to leave a bit of a tail on the top. All right, and then I'm in the back, and so I'm gonna come up opposite, looking to see where I have an opening. There we go. So I'm going to come up opposite, and I'm just doing, 1 stitch through each opening. So here is my first crisscross, and now I'm going to go into my next opening. So I'm looking for the opening in the back that can get me into one of those side holes. And I may need to poke through again to help see where that opening is. There we go. And you're going to see in the back here that I'm kind of mutilating that back piece of paper, but it's okay. All right, and so then I'm going to travel down the other side. And then I'm going to come up, let me get this one back on the side that it came from. All right, I'm just moving the tail back where it came from. And then I'm going to come back up through that opening that's across from my tail. And that's it, basically. We're going to tie a knot now. So then I take these tails and just make sure they're tight. And then I tie them in a knot, like so. And you can then tie them again, just a double knot. And then I cut the ends off close, but so that they're still decorative. All right, so there is my finished piece of ephemera, and you can see here that I have multiples of them in all different papers. Now I used a double-sided piece of paper so that I had choices which side I was putting forward. All right, and you can see that they're pretty nice and flat on the back when you're done with them. So there they are. And then just to show you, I did do one with a knot on the back, and it is a bit of a lump, and so that's going to have some depth to it when I go to glue it down, and so that's why I like the tying on the front better. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and you're able to make yourself some ephemera pieces for your crafting.